How's it going, guys? This is Venheim. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Time to continue. I left this place and I completely forgot how to get back. Took me like a good 20 minutes. I was like, where do I go? Because I went to where Matsuya is, and there's the entrance to the dungeon, but it only lets you go in the dungeon. So I'm like, what the am I supposed to do? Thankfully, you just have to talk to Matsuya and he brings you back. Oh man. But yeah, previous episode, man, it was fantastic. I loved it, especially after I threw Yustola under the bus. I'm so sorry, Yustola. I still feel guilty. A brother's grief. A brother? What brother? Oh? Seeing that we have Vitra here, could it be Nidhogg's? Okay. Well, I'm happy we have voice.
I am deathly curious to know how a void gate came to be hidden in the depths of these ruins.
Same. So now we know that all the...
To tell that tale, we must first peer far to the south, and even further into memory.
Oh? Mericidia.
An age 5 millennia passed when the Algan Empire sent an invading force to the shores of Mericidia. The southern people rallied around the commanding figures of Bahamut and Tiamat and fought fiercely to repel the would-be conquerors. With Bahamut's defeat, however, the tide turned against them.
Oh,
Desperate
I haven't done that shit!
The Mercidians resorted to summoning primal entities.
I haven't done the Warring Triad, man. Yes, I finished Endwalker. Oh, this bitch.
Emperor Zande forged a covenant with the Cloud of Darkness, sovereign among the all-devouring denizens of the void.
Okay, if you guys want to see some videos of the Warring Triad, let me know, and I'll definitely do those.
And Void Scent on the other. The two armies clashed in a battle of unspeakable carnage.
Yes, I remember that.
So much loss.
It's funny that I haven't done the Warring Triad, being that Final Fantasy VI is one of my favorite Final Fantasies.
I consider myself well versed in that period of history, yet you speak as one who witnessed it happen.
I mean, he's been alive for
I did.
Millennia.
I heard Tiamat's roar of defiance and sped toward that war-torn land. Along with my sibling, Ashdaya. We dragons are not male or female as men are wont to classify, but elder sister is the closest a mortal tongue can come to describing what she meant to me.
Oh.
I was the last of our brood to hatch, and Ashdaya cared for me where my sire could not. Thus I was with her when Tiamat roared. I was with her when she journeyed south, and I was with her when she fought against the void-sent hordes. Yet no matter how many of their vile fiends we cast down, more rose from the abyss to take their place. Faced with an unwinnable war of attrition, Ashdaya risked her all on a final gamble.
Create the gate to send him back.
She plunged through the void gate itself to strike at the root of their strength.
Holy shit. That's the Crystal Tower.
I tried to follow in her wake, determined to lend what aid I could. But even as I came upon Alag's glittering tower, I saw the rift close behind her.
Just like what happened in the Crystal Tower.
And Ashdaya has been lost to us ever since.
I find I must retract my earlier claim of historical knowledge. Nowhere in the Crystal Tower's archives did I see mention of such noble sacrifice.
That does not surprise me. To Allagan eyes, it must have seemed as if a lone dragon, driven to madness, simply dove through the gate and did not return.
Yeah, like it was nothing.
For my part, I spent long years searching for the means to reunite with Ashdaya. Until I could search no more. Until Allag was dust, and the art to open a void gate large enough to accommodate a dragon forever lost.
So now we're going.
Yet
Please.
you have the beginnings of a gate right here, under the control of a harnessed device.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to risk like having all the Boysen come back.
My discovery came before Radzat was founded. Though I scoured the lands for a method to cross the rift, it was beneath the sea that I chanced to find a natural planar fissure. It was, however, far too narrow to admit a worm's bulk. Only after our city rose upon the rock, and I could enlist the aid of our talented alchemists, did matters take a favorable turn. Their dedication was beyond reproach. Tirelessly they worked to expand the fissure, and after decades of toil, it finally grew to a size that a child might pass through.
Oh, that's why he's a
Not long
kid.
ago, you told us that you called out to your kin, that Ashdaya's answer was silence. I suspect the conclusion to your tale is not a joyful one.
With hope in my heart, I used a simulacrum to cross the threshold. But no, I did not find her.
Why is it always that all the dragons have to suffer?
What I found was a host of void scent, clamoring around the opening they had sensed. 'Twas but a moment, but enough. I had no choice but to retreat and allow the portal to contract once more.
The gate was a threat to your people. You had to decide between endangering Razat Khan and abandoning your sister. And you chose the latter.
Mm-hmm.
'Twas not that thy sibling scorned thy call. 'Twas that she was trapped beyond a barrier through which neither roar nor dragon may pass. Even now, in the desolate world of the 13th.
I can scarce imagine your pain, yet it was wise not to linger in that place. Too long a sojourn, and even a being of your power risks being warped into a creature of the void. You've seen this phenomenon before, when we stepped into the darkness.
Mm-hmm. I remember when Nier turned purple.
Turned purple? Well, yes. His wounds had allowed the void's corruption to enter his body and twist his ether. Had it been allowed to progress much longer, I presume he would have been fully transformed.
But there has to be a way, right? Because
Then there is little hope for Ashdaya.
Xenos was able to
Ah, no.
make
I
full
haven't
use of
meant
it.
to. I speak only of possibilities. The scales of the first brood are extraordinarily resistant to ethereal fluctuations. They are the protective talisman's core components after all, and even the corruption I described would struggle to overcome. Of course. With the warding scale in one's possession, one could conceivably survive a stay in the 13th without being warped by its energies.
We are going, boys. We are going to the 13. Let's go. I hope.
Be that as it may, it is too late to rescue my sister. 5,000 years too late. And now countless others look to me for guidance and protection.
Stinky's gonna do something. He's gonna be like, no. We're going to get your sister.
So when I sensed intruders in the ruins, I came only to ensure that the gate remained closed. That, and to secure the treasure, of course.
No, don't close it, dude.
I wish only to forget the rest.
Damn it. I thought we were gonna go like right away. Ah, shit. Ah, man, come on. Yeah, I feel so fucking bad for the dragons, dude. Like it seems like every single dragon is destined to be suffering in this world. Mitra's grief for a lost sibling will be no mystery to Justinian. His has been a life entwined with sorrow, even before he became the host to Nidhogg's essence. The 13th. What chaos, what must consume that world. You know what I would love? I would love if we can get like a flashback or whatever, like something that we have with the Sundering. And we could see like what happened in the 13th. Like what the fuck did the essence do? I wonder how one of the first broods could simply vanish and leave no trace of her passage. Millennia have passed since I last saw her, but I see Azdaja in memory still clear and vivid. Baby girl. So they managed not only to expand the fissure, but also manipulate it as one might a gate. Oh, she's gonna go ask. Astonishing. Is there any chance I could learn more of how this feat was accomplished? I will tell you what I can. First, however, I want to return to the High Crucible and arrange to replace the Guardians you so handily destroyed. I am so sorry. It will not do to leave the gate undefended. Ah, my apologies. We were perhaps a touch zealous in our rush to uncover the vault secrets. If the constructs can be repaired, we would be happy to offer our assistance. That would not be necessary. Much as I want to spare vessels for myself, we keep duplicate guardians on hand for such eventualities. In any case, we should return to Razathan. Okay. Speak at the High Crucible. Okay. This is such a vibe, bro. At first I didn't like the song, but Jesus, it's growing on me so much. Oh, damn, dude. I love it. There's much about the Void Gate that I cannot even begin to explain. I must convince Vitra to share everything he knows. Stinky. Vitra speaks as if Astasia is a lost cause, but I wager he feels differently in his heart of hearts. Of course he does. He doesn't want to believe that. While I am loath to keep Cryo waiting much longer, I cannot bring myself to leave before hearing more of Vitra's tale. 'Twas a most enjoyable expedition, for which I am grateful. For mine evaluation, I shall impress upon the Loporites. Is it Loporites or Loporites? I think it's Loporites, right? That a treasure vault is incomplete without daunting sentinels to test the mettle of any would-be intruders. Yeah, we do not want to do that in in the ones they want to build. I promise we will. I promise we will discuss the Void Gate further, but first I must attend to the matter of the vault sentinels. Yeah, excuse me, sir, I fucked up. We destroyed them all. As your instruments have no doubt informed you, the Capiculu has been reduced to so much scrap. Please bring a new one out of storage and see that it is conveyed to its post along with some few lesser constructs. Was it tomb robbers? Fiends born of the Tower of Sot? By the sisters, do not tell me a blasphemy yet roams free. It was me. He stole a space. Everybody's like, fuck. Oh. He like, wait. Why such guilty faces? Surely it isn't you who are responsible for this. Oh. I'm sorry. Well, the details aren't important. I shall see it done immediately. Oh my goodness. And with that, the vault will soon be secure once more. Now, I believe you had questions? Quite a few, in fact, but I'd like to begin with the gate itself. Is it still functional, yes? Indeed, which is why I saw it sealed with a chemically forged lock, and warded it with my magics. Such power must not fall into the wrong hands. True. In truth, the primary reason of the vault's construction was to keep the gate hidden from the outside world. So much effort for such a little door. That little door you speak of leads to an abyss teeming with unspeakable horrors. That said, in its current state, it would admit only the lowliest of voidsent, and from this side, no man would be able to pass through. No man. I think Alfino would fit, given a firm enough push. Physical size is only one consideration. The true restriction hinges upon the etheric density of the soul in transit. And yet you succeeded in expanding this diminutive portal and sending your simulacrum to the 13th. Thanks to my brilliant alchemist. I should have destroyed the anomaly when I found it, but instead I bade them devise a means to control it. After much experimentation, they accomplished the impossible. A method was conceived by which my magics could manipulate the fissure and transform it into a serviceable gate. But the process has long since been forgotten, once I had given up searching for Ashtaja. I always forget how to pronounce her name. There was no need to preserve such esoteric and dangerous knowledge. Thus has the gate lain dormant for years uncounted. Our own passage to the 13th was made relatively simple thanks to the Crystal Tower. An ancient mechanism channeled the tower's vast stores of energy to open a void gate, one bound to a covenant made with the Cloud of Darkness. Once that sovereign entity was beaten back, however, the covenant was broken and the doorway severed from its connection to the void. Theoretically, it should be possible to reconnect the gate by forging a new pact with another voidsent, but such deals usually end in betrayal and death. In any case, we should attempt to gain an understanding of the bounty gate. Mayhap you can resume the search for your sister. As I have already explained, I put those futile hopes to rest centuries ago. My place and my duty is here now. Ah, I had a mean to ask, what prompted you to search for the vault in the first place? I was bored. Are we not gonna throw Estinian under the bus? It was all Estinian's idea. As I recall, 'twas you who was chasing tales of undersea ruins. Well, as you have seen, the fabulous wealth from the stories is quite real, if not its rumored origin. But I'm afraid I must assert a prior claim. I've been adding to that trove for years, little by little, but the time has come to spend it, that I might alleviate my people's suffering. Then we are of one mind. We had no intention of taking it for ourselves. Isn't that right, my friend? Ow. What's up, baby girl? Your Excellency, will you object if I were to conduct a closer examination of the gate? I will make no attempt to open it, of course. I owe you and yours a debt that can never be repaid. Whatever boon you ask of me, you shall have it. You are most gracious. I shall take full advantage of your permission. Would that I could join thee in thy study, but the Leporids will be anxious to receive my report. I beg my leave of you. And I must be off to Charlian as well. How dare you guys? Mistress Kryle was eager to speak with you about the request, so please come back to the annex as soon as you are able. Farewell for now. No! Homies! Doo-doo-doo. We can discuss my findings once I return. You'll not be rid of me so easily. Oh, I don't want to get rid of you at all, baby girl. You know what I would love to see? A change of clothes in Y'shtola. You may now undertake the Chronicles of a New Era quest series, Myths of the Realm. Speak with a fresh-faced student at the Valdesian Annex to accept the first quest. Oh, that's the Alliance raid. That's the Alliance raid. Okay. I hope you enjoyed the expedition, at least. Otherwise, it was a heavy purse to pay for a treasure map, leading to a treasure we couldn't keep. I mean, you can keep a couple of those coins, right? I don't think Vitra would mind. The difficult part in all this will be deciding how best to put these riches to use. Will you lend me your assistance in these deliberations? Anything to make up for where we fuck up. Then think of your employment as recompense. Serve me as guest advisors, and I will consider the broken construct paid in full. Rhea and I are in this together. I will follow her example. Oh, who's a good boy? Voice. Meanwhile, elsewhere. Oh. Nani Kore? What the fuck is this? Is it the 13th? It has to be. That is the dude that we saw in our dreams, right? At the very start. I recognize the symbols, but I don't remember from where. Is that Emperor Sunday? Wait, is it X-Death? I am so fucking confused. Throne of Earth, I sensed a breaching of a gate. Oh shit. But it was not instigated from this side. 'Twas thrown open from the other. I feel like everything is gonna click in place once I start editing this video. But right now I'm at a fucking loss. Throne of Fire, I too felt it. A rare occurrence, yes, but such a tiny portal is beneath our notice. There are more pressing matters at hand. An opportunity is upon us, the coming of which we have awaited for nigh on 10,000 years. We dare not let it slip our grasp. Throne of Wind. Yet we must not underestimate she who bested the cloud of darkness. Even restrained by a covenant, the cloud was no feasible wisp to be dispersed by some flesh and blood mortal. But let her come. I will drown the world and watch this fleshing gasp of breath in her final moments. Knight in Black, your seal is admirable, but forget not our cause. Think back on our struggles beneath the sunless sky. Remember why we cede not our will to fight. This time we set the war in motion and win redemption for our star. He's giving me both Exodus vibes and fucking Thornton. Okay, so now we have our new enemy. Stinky, I just saw something. I hope you enjoyed the expedition. Okay. Okay, I don't know what the was that. But, shall we begin? If we are to spend the treasure wisely, we must first determine which groups would benefit most from monetary assistance. Some of my citizens may find it intimidating to speak with the satrap directly, so I would ask that you act in my stead. Ria, you are to visit Akiali and Yevilma. Speak with Masia and his people and listen to their grievances. Estinian, I bid you do the same at Pakistan. I will be conducting my own inquiries at the Giant's Gall grounds. Once you believe you have ascertained the needs of the populace, we can reconvene at Megaduta. Mr. Matsuya, I need to talk to you, sir. Oh, Ria, I was so glad to see you have returned unharmed. You finished with the boat then? Yeah. We good. Anything the village desperately needs. Well, I suppose Calzal's loss hit us the hardest. I've been trying to find buyers for my fish, but although I sell a few here and there, it's so much more difficult than it was before. Everyone's still struggling to rebuild their lives. For now, we're just banding together as best we can. Damn it. Guild staff. How fares the port? Well, it's in shambles, isn't it? The trade routes are open once more now that the danger has passed, certainly. But no small number of merchants have had to sell their ships to make ends meet in the short term. Add to that the sailors we lost in the final days, and it's little wonder the flow of exports is no more than a pitiful trickle. If Cazals and his consortium were still with us, I'm sure he'd have found a way to turn out our fortunes around. Now that a man okay. So basically, the thing that we can do for them with money, like something that we can buy, is probably ships, and we're gonna need people to man the ships. Choosing my stint of Vitra's back, but didn't go unnoticed. I couldn't take two steps before another Tavenarian was thanking me profusely for saving their home. Ah, my advisor's return. I've just made it back myself. Why do you retain this vessel now that your true form is known? You could have flown across the island in a fraction of the time. Be that as it may, the sight of a massive creature descending from the sky can be startling, to say the least. True. And there are few places I can enter comfortably without risk of flattening some cart or stall. Fair enough. And for my inquiries, the people of Palakistan were anonymous in their reply. They are surviving. Resources were stretched to the limit when refugees were pouring in, but they preserved with some resistance from Yedilmad. From what I understand, they have always been an independent community, hunters and foragers, and the like. And I was assured that the jungle provides for their needs, for the most part. Palakistan has weathered the disaster better than most, it seems. I myself heard good news, and bad. The quarrymen were cautiously optimistic, having just sold a full wagon of Giant's Gall to a foreign trader. But such visitors are few and far between. Compared to our best years, the weight of stone leaving Tavernier has been light indeed. Our nation is small and isolated. Its prosperity dependent on a steady stream of exports. Exports. We must identify any obstacles to the flow of trade so we may begin working to remove them. Tell me, what did you find? They need ships. And people to man the ships. I see. Without a dedicated buyer, the average fisherman must struggle to offload his daily catch. Yep. Which is why I believe we should first address the lack of ships and shortage of able-bodied sailors in Yedimal. Yep. I am reminded of a child I spied as I made my way back to the palace. His father lost at sea when the beast sunk their vessel. So many variations of the same tragic tale, repeated over and over. So many lives lost. Oh, it was that kid? Enough grief to drown in if we let ourselves be overcome, but we will not. Ria, Estinian, I will consider the perspectives you brought me, and devise a plan to help my people confront this adversity. Come, I would like you to be in attendance when I announce the proposal to my assembled functionaries. Let's go! Oh. Oh, we got the big one. Boys. It's gonna be boys, you'll see.
I thank you for your attendance. The riches the Radiant Host have retrieved were hoarded in Al-Zadar's name. A fortune I set aside for a future day of need. And lo, that day hath come. May it aid our wounded city in reclaiming its vibrancy and vigor.
Let's go, baby.
In better times, I would leave such a task to our capable Ahawan. God's rest his soul. Finding myself bereft of his counsel in the here and now, I will assume the responsibilities of mine office directly. Firstly, the treasure shall be sold for more convenient currency. Thence, invested into the trading port of Yedlamad. Our merchants must have their operations restored, their ships rebuilt. Commerce must flow once more.
You can still see his leg all fucked up because of all the skills we took.
None were spared the tragedy
Holy
of
shit.
final days. Of this I am well aware. But an absence was created by the loss of Kalzal's consortium. And by filling it, we provide new means for our fishermen, our artisans, and others to bring their wares to distant markets.
And what of the children who were left without family to care for them?
That is a concern which weigheth heavily upon my mind. A simple gift of coin will soon be exhausted, leaving these young souls adrift on the fringes of our society. Nay, a proper solution is needed, one which doth guarantee their welfare for years to come.
An orphanage.
Thou hast surely seen how other nations rise to meet this challenge, adventurer. What dost thou deem the wisest course?
taxes, levying them on trade profits in exchange for your investment. What? Idleshire's orphanage was funded through trade and high coveted goods.
Of course, we can draw on trading profits to build a new institution.
Yes.
Let us put this idea into practice. A contract shall be written, requiring all who receive of Al-Zadal's treasure to commit a portion of their future earnings towards the running of an orphanage. Now, such an influential policy is deserving of a worthy name.
Let's go with this one to not be so direct.
A successful merchant. I believe I see thy reasoning. Kalzal should be remembered not as the blasphemy which terrorized Thavne, but as a hard-working and generous man who brought much wealth to our shores.
Yes.
Do any among you object to this proposition? Many here lost loved ones to the beasts.
In that time of strife, any one of us could have broken. Any one of us may have been taken by despair. When I think of Kalzal, I feel no hatred. Only a stinging regret that we could not save him as well. Isn't that right, men?
This bodes well for that boy. Arad, was it?
That's the Warrior of
You can
Light!
cut ties with that shady peddler.
The Warrior of Light is a member of Thavne. Holy shit, he's exactly the same.
Henceforth, this initiative shall be known as the Kalzal Foundation.
Let's go, baby.
Nabdeen, thou art to assemble a patrol and ensure that no child in this city liveth in squalor.
That was nice.
Clerks, see to the management of our funds and make haste. Our citizens must not suffer a day more than is necessary.
Does he have a goatee? No, I don't think he does.
Dragon and man, side by side in pursuit of a brighter morrow. I'm reminded of Ishgard.
Mm-hmm. That's probably why Estinian likes this place so much. Damn, man. Sharing the wealth, they are sharing the wealth with me as well. Give me this. Stinky. I love how I call Stinian Stinky naturally. I sometimes even forget his name. Vidra is warming to his role as satrap. Clearly all those years behind the curtain were not spent napping. True. Bridging the rift. Oh, we're gonna go to the rift. Let's go. Ow. Thank you for putting forward Kalsal's name. Those whose life he enriched will take comfort in seeing his legacy honored. You will forgive me for not speaking sooner, but I bear a message from Archon Ishtola. She asked that you meet her at the High Crucible at your earliest convenience. Understood. Thank you. Ishtola must have finished her study of the Void Gate. Shall we hear what she has to say then? I shall go with you. Nani? I thought the Satrap would be too busy setting up the foundation. My clerks have been the well-oiled cogs of this administration since before Ahewan assumed the office. They understand what needs to be done. And I am curious to learn what conclusions your Archon has reached concerning the gate's unique construction. As you wish. Allow me to lead the way, Your Excellency. Let's go, baby! For one who claims it is too late to save his sister, Vitra seems awfully interested in whatever revelations Ishtola might have to share. Shall we hear what your scholarly comrade has to say, baby girl? Enlighten us, please.
Right, here we all are.
You discovered something new.
I took a closer look at that device. I was able to determine how it keeps the Void Gate sealed, but not how it might instead be employed to expand the opening. For that, I would need to reference the technique developed by Vitra's alchemists, no records of which appear to have survived the intervening years.
Boo.
We know this, so why have you sent for us? Have you learned aught of value or not?
Oh?
Patience, good sir. One must introduce the subject before launching into specifics.
Yes. Come on.
From what we understand, travel between worlds is accomplished by passing through the nebulous rift which exists between them. Picture, if you will, the moment you were called to the first.
Okay. We passed out. No, we were just falling, right?
You touched a focus of some kind to help the Exarch pinpoint your location. His summoning spell then channeled the energies of the Crystal Tower to begin your journey to his world.
Yes, that I remember. That we touched something, then that's when we started like falling through the.
The magics tore a hole in the wall separating source and shard, and cast you into the intervening nothingness.
I wonder if it was the same for the
place,
Scions.
The laws of nature hold no sway.
Like if they went through like this area as well. Was that Gosetsu?
Yet even through this realm of temporal and spatial instability, you were borne safely to your destination in the first. The feat that guided you across such an unimaginable distance, both physical and metaphorical, was nothing short of a miracle.
Then what of the many voids sent found in the source? Who guides them here and how?
Again, like Xenos' void sent. Who knows?
An excellent question.
I think that one probably was brought by Fandaniel. I honestly
There are
don't
several
remember.
methods by which the Void's denizens might intrude upon our world. The rituals of summoning are the most typical. For example, let us consider the Gargoyle, a creature of middling power.
Wow, this is what, the third dungeon?
To call upon such an entity, the prospective summoner must force open a void gate. The portal lasts but a moment and is relatively small, allowing only an imp or other lesser being to squeeze through with their physical body intact. Our more powerful gargoyle, however, is too large for that. Creating a gate big enough for him would require vast amounts of energy, far beyond the reserves of any one mortal practitioner.
What the fuck is that thing? It looks like a snake with arms.
Instead, 'tis far more common to bring over only the entity's soul. We had a taste of that ourselves when a certain exarch dragged us to the first. And
We are
just as our
definitely
bodies
gonna be
remained in
visiting
our
there.
world, the Void Sense physical form is left behind in the 13th.
Oh, and they have this statue so they can use... Oh, that's clever.
Once at its destination, the summoned soul is granted a temporary shell to inhabit. In the gargoyle's case, a stone effigy has proven a suitable vessel.
Mm-hmm. That is interesting.
Wait. You said that Voidsent must be called here deliberately by someone in the source, reeled in like a fisherman with his catch.
Pretty much he is.
Exactly. For a being to navigate the chaos of the rift, with or without form, there must needs be a guiding agent on the other side.
That's where we come in. You'll see. I hope.
When the hordes poured forth from Alag's Great Gate, it was the technologists who drew them through. Though to my knowledge, planar fissures are in essence natural passages between our world and the void, which require no such guidance to traverse. Why is only the boundary between the source and the 13th so fragile? So much so that it often tears open of its own accord.
I believe solving that mystery is key to understanding travel between the source and its reflections.
And how do you intend to get your answers?
I am liking where this is going.
No, the danger is too great.
It'll be fine, dude.
Perhaps. But what some call danger, others think of as
Hey,
adventure.
let's go! Yes!
Were you not listening to my tale? Never mind that the means to expand the gate has been lost to the ages. Even could you force the portal wide enough, you would be greeted by an army of murderous horrors the very instant you step through.
Don't worry about it, dude. I defeated Meteon.
I assure you I was most attentive. And I agree that to go alone would be certain death. But if I were to bring along one who has already braved the 13th and humbled the cloud of darkness, well, I imagine my chances would be much improved.
Do you think we... Oh, wait. Do you think we're gonna see the guys that sacrificed themselves at the end of the Crystal Tower? Remember? The Alag clones? Are we gonna find them back in the 13th? Because they stayed behind. Count me in, baby girl.
feeling you might say that.
Are you gonna hug me? Oh.
Once again, I put my life in your ever-reliable hands.
Kiss me, Yustola.
That said, as much as I would like to march straight back to the Void Gate, there is the small matter of being unable to open it without the Satrap's personal authority.
Oh my god.
As I've said before, I will grant you and yours any boon you choose to name, provided it does not endanger my people.
You have my word that we will take every precaution. Not a single void scent will be allowed to threaten Radzat-Han, assuming we manage to expand the portal in the first place.
Okay.
You have a plan?
No.
Actually, I had hoped you might help us with that. I presume the alchemists you retained supplied you with some explanation of their methodology.
That they did. House Daymir was overseeing the project.
House Daymir.
Daymir. Ah, yes. The family associated with the great work.
I did not fully comprehend the theory, but their research began with a void scent which had slipped through the fissure. After a thorough examination, they created an arcane simulacrum possessed of similar qualities. A man-made void scent, if you will. It was apparently indispensable in their efforts to enlarge the gate.
A man-made void scent?
That's weird.
Yes. Being great admirers of the Archons, House Daymir submitted detailed notes to Charlene's official committee. They expected praise and accolades for their simulacrum, and were thus devastated to be informed that their work had been classified as prohibited material.
If that's true, then those notes might still be stored in a forbidden archive somewhere. Not Google, of course, since that library had yet to be built. Which leaves us with...
Down. With Graha's favorite place to sneak around.
Indeed. Numenon's restricted stacks may very well hold a copy.
Let's fucking hope so.
In which case, I say we head directly to Charleon.
Ooh. Where are you going, Stinky?
Unless you anticipate needing help to reach the high shelves, I see myself being of little use. Go on ahead. I still need to find Mirad and tell him about the Kalzal Foundation.
Okay.
Let us be on our way as well.
So it's just us, baby girl.
They are resolved to venture into the void. Do I sit idly by?
Yes, dude, you have a whole country to take care of. Don't worry about it, bro. Don't worry about it. We got this. I hope. What's up, baby girl? If we are to enter the Numenon restricted archives with a minimum of fuss, then we must secure the permission of the forum. First, however, we shall need to enlist the cooperation of a member to broach the matter on our behalf. No one springs to mind. Monte Carlo. He did come to Graha's defense during the inquiry, after all. 'Tis settled. Let us head to Phenomenon. Okay. Is this the first time you're gonna accompany me? Are you still mad? Okay. What do you have to say, Ishtola? I apprenticed to Master Matoya at the age of 7 and labored under her tutelage for a full decade. I never had the chance to attend the studium. Neither did Tancred, as I recall. Soon after Master Luisual took him in off the streets, he was put in the care of another Archon. He was a rigorous and practical education in the arts of espionage and survival. I sometimes wonder what my life might have been like if I had pursued studies here instead. Should I wonder as well? Oh, never mind me. 'Twas just an idle thought. Okay, baby. Monte Carlo! Excuse me, sir. I have some questions for you. Visitors, and quite esteemed ones at that. What may I do for you? Pray forgive the intrusion, scholar, but we are hoping you might help us secure permission to enter Numenon's restricted archives. Oh ho! No further forays into the stacks this time, eh? Whatever do you mean? I applaud this newfound sense of prosperity, yet in all this wide world of comprehensive serenity, what so compels you to disturb a vault of forbidden wisdom? We are planning to go to the 13th. It's gonna be real fucked up. Fascinating. I had no idea such a technique existed. I would have been surprised if you had. If my assumption is correct, the research left behind by House Daemir was laying dormant in Charlian's archives for many centuries. And if you unearth this research, what then? Surely you don't intend to cross over into the void? Yes? That is in fact precisely what we intend. To what end, pray tell? To develop a method of traversing the rift. For one, that I might keep my word to a distant friend. Friend. Sentiment aside, I have journeyed to the end of existence. I have heard, felt, and thought endlessly about the truth of our world and the echo of its future. And yet I want to understand everything, to unravel it all, down to its very last secret. What scholar worthy of the name wouldn't force open a void gate or two if a grand revelation was the promised reward? Marvelous. An audacious proposal worthy of Master Matoya herself. And after hearing the whys and the wherefores, I for one do not believe you will use the knowledge for ill. Thank you. I see no reason to present your request for the forum's consideration. We are giving him the puppy eyes, although your petition would be better received if you also had the support of another well-placed acquaintance. Why, Master Fortunal? Of course. Of course. He could hardly ignore an earnest request from his dear children's most treasured comrade. I was hesitant to approach him directly, but there is no denying that having Master Fortunal on our side would tip the balance in our favor. Very well, we may... Oh, we're gonna go visit the... one last thing before you go. I would consider it a personal favor if you might share with me the discoveries you make in the void. Of course. My appetite for knowledge is every bit as insatiable as yours, I'd wager. So if you could see your way to indulging an old man's curiosity... Hell yeah, dude. We will be sure to pass on any revelations, and I just spit all over my microphone. He's always been a homie. This guy has always been a homie since day one. How's Livia? Mommy? Mistress Ria, Mistress Yustola, how may I be of service? We've come to speak with Master Fortunal. Is he home? Yeah, it says in... Okay. Wait, he has a guess. Can you, like, at least let us in? Well, Emilians would have invited you inside for tea, but I assume this is not a social visit. You have some matter of import to discuss. Then pray proceed. You have my full attention. Please don't be like, no. Well, I suppose I should praise you for following the proper protocols this time around. Scholar Montcharge expressed much the same sentiment. I assure you, we will not attempt to circumvent the forms of authority again, unless it is absolutely necessary, of course. Of course. You do understand that the restricted archives are restricted for a good reason. If no pressing need exists, then why risk the consequences of employing the forbidden knowledge? Because we're cats, we are very curious. For a brother who misses his sister. He was his guardian and his friend. A selfless hero who crossed the rift between worlds to save her homeland from horrors and suffering. But the brother has given up on thoughts of reunion. He spends his efforts elsewhere, watching over a people yet healed from the flames of the final days, loyal to his duty while betraying the longing in his heart. Is that not enough? 'Tis no vital mission, perhaps, reuniting these siblings, but it feels a worthy cause to pursue, all the same. As one who feared losing his own loved ones and spent years in research to prevent it, surely you appreciate how painful such a separation must be. Oh, right where it hurts, Gistola. Reflections are still very much a mystery to us. Offering to share your experiences with the first should constitute a fair exchange for our cooperation. I mean, sure. Do not celebrate just yet. The forum must still be convinced. I will add your request to the list of today's deliberations and deliver the decision to you at the Valdesian Annex. Fuck. I wonder if it's just gonna be Yustola and me right now. Like right now, like for the rest of the expansion. And what's this fucking stinky Estinian? And if it's gonna be like Estinian as well. I love how I call Estinian stinky naturally. I sometimes even forget his name. Oh, we're gonna have like the twins come with us. Yustola, baby girl. Boys? I don't think so. Ah, fuck. So what did the forum decide? To put it bluntly, Master Matoya has burned some bridges here in Charlian and salted the earth for good measure. When it became clear that her student was the petitioner in question, well, not few members voiced their discontent. Then the chamber was reminded in no uncertain terms, I might add, of the incredible debt we owe to you and your companions. And that served to silence the grumbles and stiffen up a few spines, and it was agreed that allowing you entry to the archives was the least we could do in return. So it was Master Fortunal who fought for us. That is wonderful news. Thank you both for speaking on our behalf. You are my kids' friends. Yes, well, as I am sure you are aware, the permission was not extended lightly. Forbidden knowledge is to be treated with the utmost caution, and there will be repercussions if it's not. I wish you well in your endeavor, and bid you good day. Ah, he's like very fucking tsundere, huh? Ever the same, that one. Uncompromising? Aye. But that very stoicism is exactly what Charlian needed to guide it through. Not one, but two exoduses. I gotta say that the booba in my cat look fucking amazing with this top. What's up, baby girl? That went rather well, I think. As a child, I dreamed up any number of schemes for getting my hands on those forbidden tomes, and now I can simply walk in through the door. Our focus will be on finding House Demire's research notes, of course, but the thought of so much knowledge at my disposal has me feeling a little giddy. Baby girl. Restricted. You'll be heading directly to the archives from here, I presume? You presume correctly. Then you'll want to speak with the index page. You'll want to speak with the index page when you arrive. It's been instructed to grant you access to the restricted section. Okay. It was my pleasure. Believe me, you may find the knowledge you seek. Shall we? Yeah, let's go, baby girl. Oh, you are the one who I need to talk to start the Alliance raid. To think that the set of instructions I laughingly imagine may actually exist, but yams away from where you found me napping. If I had known of Al-Zadal's the third's exploit sooner, I could have saved myself days of research. Even a children's book might have pointed me in the right direction. To achieve the impossible, one must needs to be flexible of mind and look beyond conventional wisdom. A lesson I had already learned, but clearly not taken to heart. True. Created by the Charlians? Yes. Follow me if you would, watch your step, and please note that the use of naked flame... Oh, naked flame says discouraged. I just read naked and I was like, wait. Oh? This almost feels like the entrance of a dungeon, huh? Oh my god, this feels like a fucking dungeon.
If House Demire's notes are to be found anywhere, it will be here. Let us begin.
Isn't this a theme for the anti-tower? It is, right? Okay, it wasn't the anti-tower. It was the Great Google Library. It's like a remix. Okay, I see it. That's why it felt like a dungeon, huh? That's dope. That is dope. Okay. The following pages detail an advanced method for manipulating rifts spanning okay. Oh, it's this one. We present these research notes to the faculty of Charlian Studium as both a token of our friendship and an expression of our boundless admiration. Let's go. Baby girl, I found it. Have something you'd like to show me, do you? My apologies. Well done, Ria. I think you may have found a prize. Let's go.
Yes, the ether signature is unmistakable. I've felt the traces of House Demire's resonance many times at the Great Work. Time to see what all the fuss was about.
I feel like we're gonna go to the 13th and 6.2. right? It's like too good to be true. And we're gonna go this time. She's gonna need time to prepare, and that's gonna be like 6 months for us. Oh, these fucking things! You remember?
Among the ranks of the Void Sent, there exist entities with the power to call forth their brethren from beyond. The species known as Atomos, however, is uniquely prodigious in this regard.
These fuckers are the one that sucks you in and push you off the platform.
Maw, it can expel an endless procession of void-born creatures. A talent which sorely tested the Radiant host in its battles against these abominations.
And then again, Atomos is like a summon, right?
Surmising that the entity itself was acting as a void gate, we endeavored to capture a small specimen and subsequently examine its physiological structure. Our findings revealed that the Atomos had absorbed a planar fissure into its own flesh, which it could expand at will into a functioning gate.
Oh.
Upon further analysis, we identified an ethereal wave pattern emitted during this process. A pattern we were able to emulate by passing crystal-stored ether through a specially designed prism. We proceeded to embed said prism into an arcane simulacrum, thus completing what we have dubbed our artificial Atomos.
So we were going back to the usage of crystals. We haven't done that in a while.
How could I have been so blind to the possibilities? This species, not to mention its ability to summon Void Sent, has been discussed among academics for years now. Just before the advent of the 7th Umbral Calamity, we received reports of Atomos sightings from every corner of Eorzea. Surely you've at least heard the tales.
Oh, trust me, I hated those fuckers. The first time I played through the Alliance raid, because I had no idea what was what.
And still, House Daemir went and built a mock Atomos of their very own. I'm not surprised the Archons consigned their work to a restricted archive. It was no easy task, but at last we've unearthed the volume we've been searching for.
Can we take it with us? Yep. Okay. Put it in the butt.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't tempted to stay longer. See what other forbidden titles might be lurking on these shelves.
Leave it to Yustola.
Ah, but that would be abusing the very special privilege we've been granted now, wouldn't it? Better not.
Can we get one of those pages as a minion? Eorzea has been added to the Unending Codex. As much as I would have loved to start crafting the Atomos, I'm afraid this is far outside my field of expertise. Fortunately, we know a Hanish... yes, let's go. Our business here is concluded for the moment. Please pass on our regards to the forum. Your message will be conveyed. If anyone can help us, Nidana can. Yeah, I say we return to Taverner and look for the great word. Let's go, baby! Let's go, baby! All these sallow, sleep-deprived faces, but their eyes still burn with a fiery zeal. Some things never change. Nidana, homie, I have a favor to ask of thee. Yustola tells me you are pursuing a most fascinating study, and that fuck me, and that fucked me. I had no doubt you will be interested. This research log should speak for itself. I like how we take forbidden knowledge out of the Numenon and just bring it and just pass it over. Will it now? By the sisters, this is the mark of House Daimir. I never even knew such a work existed. Few should. It was sequestered in Numenon's restricted archives, after all. It was? But that means every word within is forbidden knowledge. Exactly. And a forbidden tome filled with forbidden research, and you put it right into my unsuspecting hands? Yes, you are trustworthy, and you are a homie. I can hardly wait to read it. Boop, boop, boop. To think the Daimir were developing such marvelous techniques so long ago. How many innovations have been lost over the centuries, I wonder. Now that you've glanced over the notes, what say you to helping us build a new mock Atomos? I say yes, 1,000 times yes. Let's go. Work on a Daimir project that had ever been redoubtable scholars of Charlian trembling in their sandals. No alchemist of the great work could resist. You are a woman after my own heart. Isola? Oh, I suppose I should ask, what do you mean to do with this big-mouthed simulacrum once we build it? We're going into it. So there's a secret void gate, and it's sealed in the ruins at the bottom of the bounty. Why am I talking like that? Today is a day of revelations indeed. If the purpose of our man-made Atomos is to expand this hidden portal, then I will need to see it for myself, I think. Manipulating rift-spanning apertures is not the sort of thing you want to attempt without first taking into account every single factor. Then by all means, accompany us to the vault. I plan to lead us back there shortly, once we finish gathering the components I require. Are we gonna go now? Please tell me we are. Charlian's markets provided the raw aquamarine and pure water crystals, but I might need help obtaining a small quantity of astrally infused water. For such a liquid, you need to go no further than Font of Maya. The ascetics of old once favored the place for their meditations, and the water which pools there now is known as the Eleven, the flow of it. That sounds perfect. If you would be so kind as to fill a flask at the pool, I will petition Vitro to join us. The idea I have in mind won't amount to much without his authority to command the void gate. Shall we be about it? Yes, ma'am. Stinky! The boy Murad was glad to hear the news of the Foundation. It means a new life for him and his sister. True. Archon Yustola requested that I join you, but of her plan she offers scant detail. Oh, I forgot to mention, the Font of Maya attracts... that's okay, I got it already. Do you have the flask for me? Yes, baby. Here you go. Yes, this should suffice. Thank you, Ria. Piety. Tenacity, skill speed, and spell speed. Give me this. Avoid theory. Look who I came across. Estinian seemed in need of diversion, and we, in turn, may have need for his lands. Right then, now that our little party is assembled, let us make our way to the ruins. Will we need of Matsia's boat again? Not this time. Once Yustola informed me of the destination, I arranged for a vessel to be made ready at Akiali. Your Excellency is even the gracious host, shall we? Shall we? Shall we indeed? Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Now where in the shit do we have to go? On to the boat, if you please. We can chat on the way there. Okay. Sneaky. Tis likely not needed with Barzahan. with Varzan along. Okay. The ship is yours to command. Okay, let's go. All aboard! Speak with the veteran Radiant. Poor Vitra, he really should have spoken with Estinian before we left. I shudder to think what we've cost them in terms of construct materials. I thought we cleared this place of constructs the last time we came through. It would seem a few stragglers remained. He laid waste to them, and I couldn't utter a single word. I'm fuck. God damn it, Estinian. Leave it to Stinky. Why the ominous music?
The ruins alone were impressive enough, but I never dreamed such a treasure lay hidden in the depths of the bounty.
Oh, yes.
It may have been helpful to know this device existed, Your Excellency.
My apologies. The gate was a secret I shared with none but my closest advisors. I feared for what might happen should those with ill intentions learn of its existence.
I mean, he's not wrong, though.
What is it you're doing now?
There's something I wish to verify. The NOAA reports claim that a short stint into the void carries little risk of etheric imbalance. Should one suffer an injury, however, or if one's expedition drags on longer than intended, that risk becomes significantly greater. Graha theorized that a warding scale would confer protection from the void's corrupting influence. But I would prefer to test that hypothesis before we set foot in the 13th ourselves.
That's
So,
very smart.
This is an experiment of sorts.
Yes, an experiment. Tell me, how would you go about testing the efficacy of the warding scale?
Might as well go myself, say nothing and look meaningfully at Estinian. Maybe send a family. Dude, I don't know what's with these options, but oh my god, I have to go with this one.
What? Why are you looking at me like that? Surely you'd not expect me to wriggle through that tiny portal.
I mean... Oh, Jesus.
We needn't attempt anything so drastic. A small familiar should serve well enough.
Oh my god, that was just funny.
Now, a lowly imp can navigate a fissure, no matter how narrow. Which means an arcane entity of similar stature should be able to manage the same. I hadn't wanted it to come to this, but no other familiars will do, I'm afraid.
Wait, what? What are you gonna do?
I mislike the sound of that.
Me too.
What manner of fiend does she mean to summon?
A broom from Matoya?
From ocean rise and cloudbank form, from mountain spring and rainfall storm, from river flow and life be born.
Oh, baby girl. Magic girl transformation? What the fuck was that?
Ready your arms. I fear she's been possessed.
Oh, Oh, come now. That was adorable.
What? What was I? Dude, I'm so fucking shocked. Oh, it's these little kitties. Oh my god. She's so embarrassed. Oh my god, I loved it, man.
Though not my first choice. These familiars I conceived of as a child have the best chance of fitting through the gate.
Oh my god, I fucking love you still even more
I
now.
wish my younger self had considered a more dignified ending to the creation ritual.
She must have been so cute when she was a kid.
In any case, these two should serve us well.
Oh my
This
goodness,
one will
man.
bear a warding scale. And when they return from the 13th, we can observe how the talisman, or absence thereof, has affected the progress of the Void's corruption.
I cannot stop
If I
thinking
could
about
impose
that,
upon
man.
you to open the gate, Your Excellency?
Yes.
Even he's like, what the fuck did I just witness?
We should also be wary of void scent slipping through while we conduct our experiment. Estinian, you are to keep Nidana safe from harm.
As you say.
You had best be on your guard as well.
That's gonna be a short. You'll see. Profit phone.
Oh, are you volunteering to join the Nixies? I could shrink you down, you know.
No.
Let us begin, shall we?
Oh my god. Why were people bitching on Twitter about 6.1 being boring as fuck?
Nixies,
I love this.
into the void.
I've loved every single part of 6.1. Even the most boring parts, I've liked it a lot. Oh my god, that was that was so good, man. That was so good. Sister, save me. I will never see Yistola the same way again. Froth and foam indeed. Me too. I struggle to picture Yistola as a little girl. Easier to believe she sprang fully formed from one of Master Montoya's cauldrons. Holy fuck. Every time I come here, it reminds me of that dark portal from above the Crystal Tower. And the final lash in Nastaja's tail as she plunged into the void. Uh-oh, what is she gonna say? We need to wait for a time to ensure a meaningful result. Okay. I thought she was gonna be like, not a single word. Oh my god. That was amazing, man. Okay, what is gonna happen? I feel like one is gonna be like super corrupted and the other one is gonna be like the one with the warding skill is gonna be like good.
I think we've waited long enough. Nixies, return to my side.
Can they even come back? Just like that? I guess they can. Okay, so it seems like it works.
Thank you, little one. You did well.
The thing? Its essence has been irrevocably warped.
Can we hear it or just him?
We're out of time. I must reseal the void gate.
They're coming through!
Oh, nasty fuckers.
In the name of Alzadal III, I bar this door unto the void.
Oh, thank God he was able to do it.
Well, that was a sharp lesson in the dangers of void gates.
So it seems like we're gonna be able to go through, but he's gonna have to seal the entrance right away. Unless we can do something with the Atomos.
And what of our experiment? I'd say the results speak for themselves.
The unprotected Nixie has suffered extensive etheric corruption. As Nidana observed, it's well on its way to becoming a void scent. The one merged with the talisman, however, appears unaffected. I sense no changes to its equilibrium. Rest now, little ones.
Graha's theory was correct then.
So it would seem. But while our second familiar was untouched by void energies, the talisman itself shows signs of degradation.
That's exactly what I was wondering.
It was, of course, originally designed to shield the soul from primal tempering. It stands to reason that etheric corruption of a different sort would affect it differently. We may need to modify the warding scale's design to account for the 13th's uniquely unstable ether.
Leave that to Nidana.
You've said much of the Void's instability, but my imagination fails me. What manner of place is this broken world?
Ah, my apologies. I forget that not all of us spend our days sequestered in dusty archives. The 13th is a reflection of the source that was drowned in a flood of darkness.
Oh, he doesn't know because Emmett Silk explained this to us in the
words,
first. There you
this
go.
tragedy was a result of the Ascians' attempts to force a rejoining. They erred in their haste and made of that world a useless void.
Yeah, I completely forgot that Athenian didn't know about this.
And what of your own experience? Will you tell us of what you observed during Noah's expedition?
I hate that place. I hate the fucking world of darkness. I don't like that at length rate.
I can picture it now. The sunless, Stygian expanse, infested with legions of ether-starved monstrosities. A void in every sense of the word.
What you have described in such lurid detail is exactly why I hesitate to encourage you.
But now we are even more encouraged to go.
Worry not, great Vritra. Our journey into the 13th is but the first leg of a longer voyage.
Woohoo!
A voyage that shall lead us to other reflections, to new mysteries and discoveries. And I mean to be there every step of the way.
Let's go, baby girl.
But first I must focus on refining the warding talisman.
Then I can begin work on constructing an artificial Atomos. Or I could if I had the relevant manuals to hand. Might I be so bold as to request access to the Satrap's family archives?
Ooh. Come on, Vitra.
Your Excellency?
Oh, yes. That can be arranged. I will speak to my officials upon our return.
He's very hopeful
We
to
will see you
find
back
the
in
sister.
city, then.
He really wants to see her again. But he doesn't want to get his hopes up. Oh, stinky nose. Void theory. I wonder how long we have for the patch. Is this it? Was that it? I don't think it was. Was that it? No. How long is this patch? I feel like I've been playing forever. Seeing the Void's terrors firsthand was an experience, but I vowed fear of such creatures is at the root of Vitra's hesitation. I Satrap's duty. Okay, so I'm gonna assume this is the last one. I thought this one was the last one, but no. I guess we have one more. Once Nidana succeeds in replicating the Mock Atomos, this door into the 13 will be ours to open. Will you be crossing the threshold alongside us? I realize this is more my endeavor than yours. To be honest, I have no interest in visiting the Void myself. But, because of the sister. Might we discuss this later? There is something I must do first. Why does everyone insist on being so secretive? I at least had good reason for not wanting to explain my Nixie ritual. Shall we proceed with our other preparation? As we saw, the warding scale can be effective at protecting the bearer from other sources of ethereal corruption. Nevertheless, the talisman's durability will need to be improved if it is to withstand the Void's influence for a prolonged length of time. And I think that is a problem we can address without involving the brilliant but busy alchemist who created it. Who do we know who excels at this kind of structural augmentation? The Garlands. Let's call on our boy Sid. An excellent suggestion. As I recall, Sid himself is no stranger to the Void and its volatile energies. And we have Nero too. With his experienced hand at the helm, I have every confidence that the Ironworks can strengthen the warding scale. Come, let us visit their operation in Rolger's Reach and commission their best and brightest. Man, I love this patch. So far, I have to say, I think this is the best 0.1 patch we've had. In Shadowbringers, we met Bekluk, right? But that's almost it of importance. And Stormblood. Oh, Stormblood was also kind of good, right? Because that's when we met Gosetsu was still alive with Tsuyu. Right? That one was really good too. Excuse me, sir. Ria, what brings you to the Ironworks? We have a commission for you and your president, actually. Assuming he's available? Master Sid? Certainly. Bitch, they're calling you. What's up, baby? A pleasure as always. I hear you have a job for us. Yes. Well, yes and no. I don't know if you guys can do it. Heading into the void to find a lost dragon? That sounds almost pedestrian compared to your last adventure. Yes. Honestly, I don't know if you could say anything that would surprise me after Meteon and that bloody miss. I know. Alright, let's take a look at the talisman of yours. You said there were signs of degradation. It seems some manner of corrosion has set in around a scratch on its surface, much as the voice corruption seeped into Nero through his wounds. In which case, our best bet may be to simply prevent the scale from being damaged in the first place. And how might we achieve that? We have a coating agent for strengthening trinkets and the like, but I'd be wary of applying any compound which might upset the scale's delicate alchemical balance. Far safer to dress it in armor. We will construct a protective casing, one utilizing metal alloys with high etheric conductivity, so as not to impede the talisman's primary functions. A suit of armor, as you said. Nero has compiled data on the 13th, so I'll have him pitch in with the design just to be sure. If only it weren't such an ordeal to convince him to follow our safety protocols. I swear, I've never had such a reckless employee. In any case, we may need some time to untangle the particulars. Dude, it's still fucking wild that we fought Nero and we hated the fucker, and now he's like an employee of Sid. It's like, what? I still can't believe it. Understandable. We know how busy your schedule is, and the final result will doubtless be worth the wait. Ha! The hard part will be ducking Jessie and her constant barrage of demands while we sneak about doing this fun stuff. We'll see what we can do. I think we can leave the rest to Sid in Sid's capable hands. Let's return to the great work and see how Nidana is getting on with the mock Atomos. You know what I also need to do, and I'm probably gonna make some videos of? The savage raids from Stormblood. I haven't done a single savage raid because I don't have enough friends to make them. I never had enough people to run them with. Oh yeah, I haven't even done Alexander. I haven't finished Alexander, actually. I was like halfway through Alexander and that's it. Nidana, do you have the Atomos? Ah, fuck. Who are you? Yistola? I hope Nidana has good news for us. Me too. The insatiable curiosity of our alchemists has ever amazed me, though I've largely left them to their own devices since we opened the gate together. Come on, Nidana. What do you have for us?
Ah, Estola. The adjustments are going well, I hope?
'Tis a lengthy process, but the end is in sight, yes.
That's wonderful news. I myself had some good fortune searching through the Satrap's private records.
Oh, what did you find?
What I found was a transaction log dated around the same period as when Al-Zadal's legacy was built. It included a purchase list of highly exclusive alchemical components, and I knew I'd discovered the key to making the artificial Atomos.
Oh.
I then visited the High Crucible to commission the materials. After I'd explained my requirements, I was beset by volunteers insisting I allow them to help with the entire project.
Hey, fuck it. Make it faster.
The usual reaction to someone forcing open a void gate is to run for the hills. Harnish academics certainly are a different breed.
The alchemists of old were cut from a similar cloth. The unknown held no fear for them. Indeed, they were ever eager to seek new knowledge, regardless of the danger.
And were you not also fearless, heedless even, in your determination?
Damn.
My sire entered his dormancy before I was hatched. And so it was Ashdaya who kept my eggs safe and warm. It created a bond between us. Even long after I learned to fend for myself, I rarely strayed from her side. She was my guardian, my sister, my dear companion. And not a single day passes that I do not mourn her absence.
Don't worry, baby.
No
We'll
matter
give you
how deep
closure.
the darkness, I would not surrender my search. I promised myself the time would come when we would once more take to the skies together.
If she's still alive, we'll bring her back. Don't worry.
The Radiant Host is here to serve, Your Excellency.
Nabdeen, what is this about?
Sir Estinian told us of your predicament.
Oh, that's cool.
For centuries you have protected Rads at Han, never showing your true self, hiding behind a curtain and living only in service to the people. Your dedication meant more to us than your deceit, and so did we accept you as our rightful ruler. After all that you have sacrificed for this nation, did you imagine we would begrudge you your heart's desire? We survived the final days. We are a strong and proud people. We, the Radiant Host, will keep Thavnair safe in your absence.
That's dope.
I am grateful for your loyalty and for your encouragement. And yet...
Now you listen to me, Varshan. You are wearing that face, after all.
So he's speaking to the kid that he thought he knew.
As I have told you before, you are a little brother to us all. And if you are family, then so too is your sister. We are there for you if you need us. But do not ask us to sit by and watch while you abandon a sibling you have ached to rescue for millennia.
Everybody comes. Oh my god, I got fucking teary-eyed, dude. Ooh. Like I said before, when it comes to brothers and sisters, man, I can't.
Succeed
Fucking
in
breaks me.
opening the way. It is only a matter of time. All you need do is prepare to step through to the other side.
Even the orphans.
Your Excellency, I wanted to thank you for building the orphanage. It means so much that my sister and I will have a place to be together, safe and happy. And I hope that you and your sister can be together again too.
Fucking stinky, man. To protect them well, you must take heart. Let's go, baby. You are coming with us.
Take heart
Ooh.
and protect them well.
I didn't think I was gonna be crying in 6.1. Holy fuck, I thought the tears were
Such
left
were
behind.
the words I once said to you. And here I stand, failing to live up to them. If my heart is torn, I am fit to protect neither Ashdaya nor Radzadhan. My people, I have come to a decision. Vashan will depart Thavnair for a time. My dragon self will remain in the palace, but only to conduct the satrap's most essential duties. While I am focused on controlling this vessel, there may be matters that escape my attention. I rely on you, my trusted friends, to watch over one another until I return.
Take care and fair fortune, little brother. Many tears would be shed should you come to harm.
I would not dare make you cry.
Let's fucking go. Oh my god, man. Fucking Endwalker keeps on delivering. Even the 0.1 patch that is usually like the boring one, right? Even though the quote unquote boring patch, which is always the one right after the main expansion, this one is still so fucking good, man. We have that Atomos built before you know it. When a project like this comes along, we give it our full and undivided attention. Sleep? Ha! Who needs it? Oh, that reminds me. I really should finish that other project I was working on for His Excellency. What's up, baby girl? You surprised me, Justinian. For a lone wolf, you've shown an initial degree of, shall we say, involvement in helping Vitra reach his conclusion. 'Twas for the greater good. The worm's thundering sighs were keeping his citizens awake at night. And had travelers believing the palace racked by some unnatural storm. Oh, what the fuck? What of your own answer then? You seem disinclined to venture into the void. Well, we all know he wants to help Vitra. When I was one with Nidhogg, his vengeful thoughts were my thoughts. His endless rage my rage. And the soul-chilling grief he nursed for Ratatosker's death. I would not wish such agony upon a foe, let alone a friend and ally. If there's a chance we can spare Vitra this pain, then I will follow you. Are we gonna call the other homies? I'd rather not bother our comrades with aught less than a dire threat to the star. We four should be sufficient for our purpose. Now on to specifics. Unlike the first, where the flood of light was halted by before its devastation was complete, the 13 has been utterly subsumed by darkness. My plan, as such, is to explore the void in stages, withdrawing to safety after each brief foray. It would be more convenient we had having some manner of base camp near the gate itself. One of the palace chambers could serve. Come, let us reconvene outside Megaduta. Oh my god, bro. Here's the warrior of light. How low you've gone. Holy shit. What's up, baby? And so we will require suitable accommodations. Might we make something available for guests? Other chambers are presently hosting the great amounts of treasure we carried out of the vault. Once the Foundation's activities begin in earnest, however, we can redistribute the troves and make a room or two ready for habitation. Good. Please inform me when you've completed the arrangements. As you heard, we will have you settled in Megadutas in due time. As ever, you are most gracious, Your Excellency. You risk yourselves to aid me in my search for Azdaja. Providing comfortable quarters is the least I can do. I only wish we knew more about our destination. The gods only know how long our explorations might possibly take, or what our chances of success might possibly be. Succeed or fail, I am grateful to you for convincing me to make the attempt. On that note, I will return to the grave work and lend what help I can to Nidana. If you have preparations to make a reventure into the 13th, now is the time. All I need is my armor and my lance. Perhaps I'll train it with the Radiant Host to pass the time before we depart. Somebody has to come with us, right? Because I'm assuming in 6.2 we're gonna be in the void. And I feel like most likely the dungeon from 6.2 is gonna be in the void, right? So technically we're gonna need a healer or a tank to come with us. So it's either Vitra is gonna join us in the fight, or we're gonna have Alfino, Graha, or Urianje come with us, right? At least. You know what this means to me, Ria, but my purpose need not consume you as well. We are headed to another world. Find what joy you can in the experience, for you are a traveler, an adventurer at heart. This I know. And that's it, guys. And that is it. 6.1 has been completed. Ooh. Okay, so we're gonna see more of this guy in armor. That, like I said, reminds me of Thoradin a lot for some reason. Like his armor, like he's too big, like Thoradin was. Okay, so people on my previous video were saying that this is probably Xenos' void sent because Yoshi P confirmed that Xenos is actually dead. He has a scythe? Is that death? Is that a hand?
Unless I am returned.
Yeah, you said that before.
To this world, bereft of saviors.
Okay, this dude is creepy as fuck. Okay. Let paths unwalked, adventure spur. I just bit. Pulses quicken, spurs stir. Newfound adventure. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Can you imagine that being Xenos' voice sent? And he probably fused with like his soul or something. Like he fucking ate Xenos' soul and just went back to the 13th. Like that I can see. Like it's not Xenos himself, but like his essence. Whoa, but I don't know, bro, but I like this one a lot. I liked this patch a lot. Because it's like probably what everybody was wondering. What is gonna happen after Endwalker? Right? What's gonna happen after we deal with the Asians and Meteon? So now it seems like we're gonna be visiting other worlds, and the 13 is gonna be the first one. So it's funny because Endwalker and Shadowbringers, we went to the world of light, you could say, to the first. Then Endwalker was here in the source, and then the next expansion I feel it's gonna be in the 13th, right? Something like that. But I don't know, man. I don't know where this game is gonna take us. I have no idea, bro. I am super excited. But yeah, so with 6.1 done, we're gonna be doing the Alliance raid next, which I'm very excited about. We're we're gonna be doing the Alliance raid, and right after, we're gonna start Pandemonium. And like I said before, if you guys want to see me go through the Warring Triad in a video, let me know, because I've never done them. I haven't even finished. Like I said, I haven't even finished doing Alexander. Is it here? No, the other one. Oh wait, no wait. Yeah, it's the other one. Look, I haven't finished Alexander at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm halfway there. I am literally halfway there. So yeah, let me know if you guys want to see any of this, because, like I said, I stormed through Heaven's Word to get to Stormblood. Pun intended. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me today. Thank you so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Drop a like down below if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. The Discord is in the description. TikTok, Twitter, also in the description at Benheim. And yeah, see you guys in the next video of whatever I make. Peace out. This fucking song slaps, man.